All right, what's new is new. Back with some more picks for you here today. Yesterday went really well from a picks perspective. We went 4-1. The only game we got wrong was the Warriors. Once again, I got the Warriors game wrong. They surprised me again. They beat the Suns. Before that, they beat the Jazz. They beat the Suns and the Jazz in two consecutive nights. Got to give props to them. Got to give credit where credit's due. And then obviously the Knicks, man. We got that game right. I had them +4. They only lost by 2. But Jesus Christ, man. That loss really hurt me, man. That loss just hit me in the soul, man. Ooh, I wanted that win so bad, man. I wanted to clinch it that night, man, against the Lakers, man. Oh my God. Ooh, it hurt me, man. That loss took like 2 years off my life, man. Um, you know what I'm saying? It was a great game, great, defensive, physical game. RJ had it with, 6 seconds left. We're down by 2. He either can drive, he can pass, he can do something, but he just kind of froze. He looked like a deer in the headlights, man. It was not good. Hoping that he can make up for it. He's very young, 20 years old, very mentally tough player. He should rebound from it, and I'm hoping that he can come through with a clutch play, here before the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Still got 3 games left, and if you would have told me before the year, oh, there's going to be a time where you're going to be disappointed that the Knicks are in the 6th seed in the East, and the season's almost over, I would have told you you're out of your mind. So I got to look at the positives, but that loss really hurt, man. I can't lie to you. Even though I won on it, it still hurt. And then I'm going to be covering the team that beat the Knicks last night, the Los Angeles Lakers. Credit to them. They dug deep, man, and they were able to outlast us. I thought the game was great. Obviously, it hurt, that we lost, but I thought the game was amazing. Not too many of those games that you see now, where it's very physical, very defensive, and it comes down to the end. I personally loved it, and I think we need more games like that in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Where every single basket just feels like it means so much in a game like that. Whereas, when both teams are scoring 130 each, yeah, every, basket matters, but it doesn't feel as meaningful because, they're obviously scoring more points. That's just my thoughts. I love defensive games and, but credit to the Lakers, man. They were tough and, they were able to outlast us. They obviously look exhausted after that game. I mean, can't blame them. It went to overtime, and that brings us to this game here today. Got the Houston Rockets going to LA to take on the Lakers. Obviously, the Lakers coming off a back-to-back. Houston Rockets are going to be fully rested, and there's two ways to look at this game. You could look at it from the fatigue factor and say, hey, the Lakers are going to be absolutely exhausted. They had a 12-round fight with the Knicks last night. It went in overtime. I could definitely see thinking that, but then there's another way to think about it. The way I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the Lakers are exhausted, blah blah blah, but they're playing the Houston Rockets. That's all I gotta say. They're playing the Houston Rockets, man. Like, let's go through the injuries here, and I'll explain why I think like this. Because look at the injuries for this team, man. These You see a common theme with all the worst teams in the league. All the worst teams in the league have like 9 or 10 guys that are out or questionable. It's just ridiculous. You look at, let's go to the Rockets. You got John Wall out for the season, Avery Bradley out, House questionable, Brown out, Wood questionable, Nawaba out, Exum out for the year, Wilson out, Jeffries questionable, Kevin Porter out. So really, the two main ones you're looking at is, Christian Wood, one of the Rockets' best players, definitely a player of the future, and then Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter is out, so we're not, he's not playing this game. He's not going to be a factor in this game. If he was playing, that would be a reason to pick the Rockets, just because how much he can score. If he's on that night, he's a very young player, and he's already shown that he can drop 50 at an NBA level. Very young, so he's obviously a threat. And then you look at Christian Wood. He's one of the Rockets' best players, definitely one of their players of the future here, and he's questionable. And since it's an ankle injury, I highly doubt that he's going to play. The Rockets are not trying to win. The Rockets are not, they're better off losing. The players on the court are gonna try. I'm sure they're gonna try, but the front office is not gonna be risking Christian Wood in a meaningless game here. So I highly doubt that Christian Wood plays. Could be wrong. Let's look at the Lakers. LeBron James obviously expected to play. He's targeting a return today, but he was targeting a return yesterday, hoping today that he plays. Basically, this pick is hinging on whether if LeBron plays, and also Anthony Davis. So we'll get to him. Dudley out, and then Anthony Davis is questionable today. He's questionable with a groin injury. He did not look 100% last night towards the end of the game. He looked not only exhausted, but he did look hurt. So I don't know if he plays today. What I'm expecting to happen here, I would think that if LeBron's coming back, I think Anthony Davis will sit. Since Anthony Davis took care of last night, LeBron could come over here and take care of this because this should be cookies if LeBron's playing. Dennis Schroeder out as well. But the Lakers, as you can tell by how they played last night, absolutely do not want to be in that 7th seed. They're currently a game down from the Mavericks, and I believe the Blazers as well. Let's look at the standings. Yeah, they're a game down from the Blazers and the Mavericks that are in 5th and 6th. The Lakers want, bare minimum, they want the 6th seed. They do not want to be in the play-in, as you can tell by how much they left on the court last night to get that win versus the Knicks. I don't expect LeBron to come back and play around here. I expect him to come out, return, get this game over with, as soon as possible. Go in the half leading by 25. That's what I expect to happen here. That way, they can rest their starters. LeBron can get some rest, hopefully, for the 4th quarter, and they don't have to go all out tonight. That's what I expect to happen here. 2 ways to look at the game. Like I said, you can look at it as, the Lakers are going to be exhausted, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a letdown. I'm looking at it as the Lakers have LeBron James. He's coming back. They don't want to be in the play-in. He's going to make sure that this game is easy. I expect the Lakers here to win big. Spread of -13. I'm going to buy a point just in case and make it -12 for the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll see what happens.